Hello folks, this is Sullla once again. You're listening to another video for League of Legends, this one featuring Vayne. This is taken from a normal mode game that we did, actually draft pick normal, which is fortunately now permanently enabled on the servers for League of Legends. This replay is taken from VarisNox's point of view playing as Vayne. In addition to that, we have the rest of our pre-made team of 5. I'm playing as Janna, Speaker is playing as Orianna, Seirun is playing as Warwick, and then Donsky is playing as Garen. We're matched up against a team of Vladimir, Akali, Heimerdinger, Ashe, and Master Yi. And while we're here on the loading screen, as it wraps up, I will just want to point to this name of the Vladimir player and pull it up here for you. This Vladimir player's name is Posterior Pounder, and I have to admit that's a pretty funny name in all honesty, so well played to this particular player. Okay, so as I was saying, this is a game from Vayne's point of view. This is Varys' replay that he sent to me after this game. I haven't had a video where I featured Vayne before, so we're going to keep the focus on her and talk a little bit about Vayne as a champion, talk about her abilities, that sort of thing. Now, as I said, this was a draft pick mode normal game, so that is we, of course, could see what the other team was picking as they went through. Their team comp was pretty questionable. Oh, and Speaker was having some fun with the enemy team here because when we got to our last ban, we were trying to ban Gangplank, and I clicked on Pantheon like right as the timer clicked out by accident, and we were just messing around with the other team. Anyway, as I was saying, so this was a draft pick normal game, and we were able to see what the other team was picking. Their team comp was a little bit silly, just because they don't, not so much because they don't have a support, but because between Vladimir, Akali, Heimerdinger, and Ashe, that's basically four solo champs here, and they really only have 3 solo lanes to deal with that, so somebody is going to get screwed here because one of those champs is going to have to go into the duo lane. Now, Varys had last pick, and he was thinking about what AD carry to pick. When he saw that they had Akali and that they had Master Yi, he decided he wanted to take Vayne because of Vayne's knockback. So that was a bit of a counter pick there, and I'll talk a little bit more about this as we go through the game. But Vayne was a good pick in that situation because of the way her condemn skill works, because she's able to knock back melee champs like Akali and Master Yi. Gives her a little bit better of a chance of dealing with them than with some of the other AD carries, like say maybe an Ashe or Caitlyn or something like that. But anyway, going to go through, talk about the Vayne skills. Vayne's passive is that she gains extra movement speed when she's moving towards nearby enemy champions, so she's very good at chasing people down. Her ult also gives her bonus movement speed, which we'll talk a little bit about in a second. But with her extra movement speed, it does make her one of the best AD carries at chasing, so she's extremely good at that. In fact, some people have been fooling around, well, maybe not fooling around, but experimenting with running Nunu as a support along with Vayne, just because then you can put Blood Boil on Vayne and give her just like a massive amounts of movement speed, and it has worked out. I've seen it work well in some games before. But anyway, that's her passive, so she's quite good at chasing, one of the better ones at chasing. Now we're going to play aggressive in this lane. That's our goal here. Right there, for instance, we are able to abuse that Vladimir right there, just did a ton of damage to him. Vlad is a champ who really should never be in the duo lane, and I'll talk more about this as I go on through the game, but we just thought that this was a matchup we could exploit, and we just really wanted to go after that Vlad, because Vlad needs levels very, very badly. He needs levels more than just about any other AP champion in the game. So in a duo lane where he has to split experience, it's really not good. Anyway, other skills that Vayne has, probably best known for her Q, her tumble skill. This is, you can see right here, doesn't cost much mana, it's on a short cooldown. Vayne tumbles a short distance, and basically it resets her attack timer, so you can get in another auto attack. It's more useful earlier in the game in a lot of ways, because early on the attack timer is longer, and it takes longer before you can do your next attack. So tumble resets that attack timer. Right here we're going in trying to get a hit on that Vladimir right there. Varys taking a lot of damage from Ashe, and right here he's actually going to get finished off and give up first blood on a critical hit. I don't know if you saw it right there, but it was a critical hit, which was really unfortunate because we had just been owning them in this lane. We had just been completely dominating this, but Ashe actually got a critical hit right there, and it did like double the normal amount of damage. So Varys obviously would have flashed otherwise to avoid that, but critical hit did more damage. Vlad is still running around on like 100 health here, so Seirun was going to try to come in here and finish off this kill, but no range on his abilities. Unfortunately, the only thing he can use is Hungering Strike, so just not able to have the range to go down there. But these two are both awfully low right now. Anyway, as I was saying, Vayne's tumble allows her to tumble a short distance and then resets her attack timer. So a useful skill in a lot of ways. It's good. It's a nice counter to champions like Taric, who have a ranged stun. If you see that Taric stun projectile come coming out. You can tumble, and it won't pop the projectile, but it will give you more distance in terms of getting away. Her W is not an active skill. It's a passive, Silver Bolts. Basically, when you attack someone, there's a little silver indicator underneath them, and if you hit the same target 3 times in a row, it deals additional damage, plus a percentage of their maximum health as true damage. So Vayne also pretty good against a lot of tankier champions because she deals true damage with that Silver Bolts. So that can be useful oftentimes against champs that are, like I said, tankier, or champions who have a lot of health, that sort of thing. Other skill, well, right here, Vera's going to come in there and just absolutely burst down Ashe, blow her up. Well, what he used right there, it was Vayne's E skill, Condemn. Vayne fires a large bolt from her crossbow, deals physical damage, and knocks back the target. If they collide with terrain, they take additional damage. So the Condemn is what most Vayne players, if I understand it, actually max first as their skill. If you can knock somebody into a wall, they get temporarily stunned and take extra damage. So with Vayne, basically, you want to use her Tumble to try to chase people down, to try to set up Condemn attacks into the wall, and that's more or less the basics of her gameplay. Other than that, she's similar to other ranged carries, but her Tumble and then her Condemn is what makes her unique as a character. And no, it looks like Varys is going to max his Tumble first. Okay, I know I've seen other Vayne players max their Condemn first, but like I said, I don't even own Vayne, so I don't know too much about how to build her. So similar to AD carry basic build, you're going to want Doran's Blades, attack speed, Infinity Edge, that sort of thing for your items right there. Anyway, and then while we have a moment here, just talk about her ult, Final Hour. For 8 seconds, Vayne gains bonus attack damage, and she's stealthed while she gains bonus attack damage and movement speed. Yeah, she gets extra movement speed from her passive. And then while she is has her ult running, Tumble allows her to go into stealth. So it's very brief, but you do go stealth. Anyway, right here is the Tumble to initiate the combo, trying to get that last attack, but Vlad's going to pull. There's the Condemn into the wall, though, and just look how much damage Ashe is taking. Going to pop on that Janna shield, and right there, Varys just did a lot of damage to those two, but unfortunately, he doesn't have any more health potions on his own, so gonna have to play a little bit more defensively. I am, of course, playing Janna, just trying to help Varys out with the shield as much as possible. That shield at level 5 is going to give him, I think it's 10 extra damage per level, so 30 extra damage, so he should go from 76 to 106 anytime he gets that shield. Big edge in terms of that Janna shield. I also put down this word here in the brush to help set up Condemn attacks, to help set up attacks into the wall right there, allow us to play a little bit more aggressively. I also worded the Tri brush here to try and protect us from Master Yi ganks. As far as the rest of the team, we're doing okay. 3-3 in total score overall, but I'm going to try to keep the focus on this lane because I want this to be a Vayne video, and not that what everybody else was doing wasn't great and all, but just thought that this was the lane I wanted to focus on because I haven't done a Vayne video before. Try to focus on what's going on here. Yeah, so Varys is going to max Tumble first. Basically, what this does is it decreases the cooldown, so you can tumble more often. That's the logic in going for Tumble first. I believe the mana cost doesn't go up. No, mana cost doesn't go up, and you do deal extra damage for more points in it, but the main thing I believe is that you get the cooldown reduction there, so you can tumble more often. Silver Bolt's also useful for farming. Oh, by the way, did you see Master Yi slipped in here? I don't know if you saw that, but I did see him. That ward just caught sight of him as he passed through there, so enough warning for us to get back here. And Varys is just going to go back to the base. I'm going to hold this tower while he goes back to base. Anyway, we did just lose our Garen player Donsky in top lane. Take advantage of this for a moment just to reset the game. Look at how everybody's doing. In middle lane, Speaker playing as Orianna, 38 minion kills, Heimer 42, so pretty much even there. Nobody's killed one another. Up in top lane, Sarun is now going after the Akali player, has the Blood Scent on. Let's see if he's going to be able to chase this one down. Again, don't know how much life Akali actually has, but she's not going to be able to hide in the brush, not when the Blood Scent's running, so that is going to get a kill. So nicely done there, Sarun. Let's see, Donsky is 2 kills, 2 deaths, 22 minion kills, and Akali 1, 2, 34. Okay, so looks like Garen's a little bit ahead right there, but not by too much. Anyway, they have pushed to our tower, and right there, Varys is going to use his Tumble, get in that 1 extra auto attack in order to finish off that minion. The Silver Bolt's passive is also quite good in terms of farming. That third hit does make it easier to farm minions, oftentimes. On that trip back to base, Varys has done a very typical first buy for an AD carry, another Doran's Blade, and Berserker Greaves. So he actually has quite a bit of attack speed right now, and that makes it easier to farm minions. As far as our lane is going, Varys is on 45 minion kills. Does have the 1 kill when he was able to kill Ashe, and then has the 1 death. There's me using the curve lines. Right there, Condemn into the wall against Vlad. Going to take a lot of damage. Vlad, I believe, is going to, yeah, he's going to flash and pull, so we're not going to be able to finish him off, but Vlad down to 92 minion kills, or 92 health, and yeah, random Ash Arrow for the win. So, okay. I don't think we're going to chase that down. Vayne does get movement speed when she's chasing, but I don't think we're going to chase that one down. Anyway, almost enough damage to burst down that Vladimir. Just needs a little bit more levels and a little bit more itemization to get that kill. Anyway, I'm going to reward the triangle brush right there. When you're on the purple side of the map, this is a really crucial place to ward. Oh, right there. Look how much damage Varus is doing to Ashe right there. Oh, almost enough to get the kill. Not quite enough, but Ashe was nearly bursted down to nothing. Here comes Master Yi again. What did I say about warding this brush? So anyway, just a little bit of a tip. It's more important when you're on the purple side of the map to ward this, not as important when you're on the blue side, just due to the way the map is set up. Anyway, we saw Master Yi because we had the ward. We saw him going to our blue buff, so we were going to try to head up here and catch him in here. Speaker, as seen, Akali came down from top to try to lane against Speaker. We are going to try to catch this Master Yi. Here he is. He's coming after me right there. I'm going to try to slow him down, but he has his ult running. I'm going to blow him back right there. We're going to get the kill, but then Akali is going to jump on me. Going to chase after Akali, and she's going to shadow dance to the golem and make her escape right there. It was actually a little sloppy on my part. I actually had my flash up, and I'm pretty sure I could have survived that fight if I'd used my flash in time to get away from Akali. But still chasing after Akali right here. It's actually 3-on-2 in the other team's favor, but Varus and Sarun, I know they wanted to go after this anyway. There's the Blood Scent giving us vision right here, and Ashe is going to flash right there, but they're going to be able to finish this off, going to get the kill right there, and there's the Condemn into the wall on Akali. Varus is going to try to finish off Akali, just needs one more hit. There we go. Kill right there, and who's going to win this one-on-one battle? And it's going to be Sarun, narrowly escaping with 18 health there. Varus actually kind of messed up that. He needed one more auto attack to finish off Akali, but was able to get that kill. So we actually were able to go 3 for 1 down there, even though they had the numbers advantage. And while that was going on, Donsky was pushing top lane, continuing to farm and continuing to put pressure on their tower. So that went pretty well in our favor, and Varus actually ended up with 4 kills at the end of that fight. He already had 2 kills, and then I believe got 2 more in that particular fight. So, anyway, has picked up now Vampiric Scepter and an Attack Speed Dagger. I'm not sure what his first item... Looks like he might be going for Black Cleaver as his first item on Vayne. I have seen that done before on Vayne, and I'm not entirely sure what the logic is there, but, you know, it's not the worst item choice in the world. Usually people go for Bloodthirster or Infinity Edge first, but I have seen Black Cleaver before, and I'm sure someone will post in the comments what the logic is for taking Black Cleaver. But anyway, so doing pretty well down here in this lane. Like I said, the biggest issue with this lane is that Vlad just really cannot be in a duo lane. He needs to be in a solo lane, otherwise he just doesn't get enough levels. He needs to get more levels in order to drop the cooldown on his transfusion, on his Q. When he doesn't have that, it's just very hard for him to become effective. So anyway, we've had real control of this lane so far. Varus on 60 minion kills, Vlad on 26, Ashe on 34. So they're just splitting the farm between the two of them, which really isn't that effective. Right there, just Vlad taking so much harassment damage right here, and he's trying his best to heal it up with Blasting Wand in Amplifying Tome and the cooldown boots, but just not enough AP to heal himself up here in lane, and he just can get bursted down very, very easily. Anyway, going to keep this brush warded, and again, looks like it was a good thing that I warded that brush, because Master Yi coming after us again, but as soon as he sees us warding that brush, it looks like he's going to back off and going to try to make a place elsewhere. Now, we saw him head up the river, and our immediate thought was, you know what, he's probably trying to do Dragon here. I guess he's going to try to solo this, and yep, there he is. So we don't really have the people in play to try to counter gank this, but Speaker is coming back from base, and we were like, you know what? We can make a play for this. We can probably try to do something here. Ashe tries to come up to support, but Varus is going to condemn into the wall, and that's an easy, easy kill right there. Now we're going to go after this Vladimir player right here, and right now Varus has popped his ultimate, gives him that extra chase, extra movement speed right there. Speaker is actually going to get the kill. Now we're going in on Master Yi right there. I'm going to hit the knockup with my Tornado. Speaker is going to shield Varus with Orianna's shield, so we're going to score another kill there, and now Sarun's going to come in, use Warwick ultimate on Heimerdinger, and that's going to score another kill. So we actually picked up 4 kills there. I believe they did get Dragon, but Dragon not worth 4 kills by any means. Usually considered to be worth about 2 champion kills. And while that was going on, we were able to take top tower as well, I believe. Donsky has now come down here to mid, and with all of them dead, we're going to have no trouble getting this middle tower as well. At least I think so, if I remember from when we played this game. Pretty sure that they get this tower here. There it goes. Okay, so they are going to get this tower, and meanwhile, we're getting in a little more free farming down here in bottom lane. We were hoping that we could push to this tower, maybe before they got back, but their whole team is revived by now, so they should be able to make it back by the time that we get here. And indeed, there's Ashe right there. But Varys is level 9, and Varys, this Ashe is basically nothing in terms of items. A Doran's Blade and boots, or 2 Dorans and boots, and that's it. So this Ashe is just way, way too weak to fight against Varys. And Varys has almost 2,000 more gold, so whenever he goes back to base, he's going to be that much further ahead. Anyway, Speaker got another kill over here. Speaker and Seirun went to the blue. It looks like they stole that blue away and were able to grab it onto Orianna again. So a nice job of going in, doing a little counter jungling, and taking away one of their buffs right there. So right there, there's the tumble, and again, that's why movement speed crucial on Vayne. Tumble allows Vayne to close distance. With Ashe, really needs to get movement to boots, or else Vayne can just do that all day. Just pop tumble, dash in there and get in a tumble auto attack, and possibly even a condemn auto. It can get in a condemn bolt as well, and it just deals a lot of damage. Anyway, Akali coming down here. I believe that somebody spotted Akali coming down here, and that's how Varys was able to get out of there. So 3 in bottom right now. Looks like they really want to put pressure on this bottom tower. Right there, I tossed a ward into the brush. I wanted to get vision there. I nearly got myself killed, but I did have flash up, so I could have gotten out of that if worse came to worse. Anyway, we're going to defend this, and even though they have 3 down here, we're just not in that much danger, not really all that scared. Varys is already off to a very strong start with the 5 kills and the 3 assists, and at this point, we're just trying to counter gank. Here comes Donsky, so we're just looking to initiate this fight right now, and right there, Speaker's going to teleport to this ward, but it's not even going to matter, because we're going to get that kill early enough. Meanwhile, Vlad trying to run away, he's actually going to burn his flash, so we're not going to kill him, but he did get his flash down again, and Ashe is going to say, LOL, nice wasted teleport. To which our response was, wait a minute, you're laughing because we killed you so badly that we overkilled you? Okay, whatever works. Whatever makes you feel better. But in any case, Varys is now up to 2,300 gold, and he'll be able to buy himself something real nice when he goes back to base. This poor Ashe, on 49 minion kills, has died 4 times, has picked up a BF sword, but really just doesn't have much in the way of items. And Vlad, still on 34 minion kills, just not strong enough to hold this lane at this point. We started to snowball too far ahead. Master Yi coming out here, though. One time we did not have ward coverage on the river. Right there, I'm going to try to use my ult. Unfortunately, I can't slow as Janna because of Master Yi's ult. So we're going to try to chase out of this. But right there, Alpha Strike is going to get Yi, and he's going to try to get away. I'm going to continue chasing him right here. Speaker has gone down from bottom. Going to use that Orianna ult, and there's the Janna kill steal. Going to take that and clean it up. So we are going to go 1 for 1. I don't know why they put a ward down there either, but I'll clean it up with Oracle. So we were able to go 1 for 1, which wasn't the worst thing in the world. I do think that we could have, I do think Varys could have escaped maybe if we had each used our skills a little bit better. But we weren't able to get away in that particular case. Anyway, Speaker is going to slip out of here, it looks like. Or I guess we'll see. Oh, meanwhile right here, Speaker and I are fighting. And Speaker is very, very low, but he has Orianna's shield, and I have Janna's shield. So right here, I'm going to shield Speaker, and we're going to bait Vlad into going in on that fight right there. Now watch what's going to happen here. I know that Ashe is really low, so I'm going to flash. I'm going to slow her with my Zephyr, and Speaker's going to finish her off with the Orianna ball. So that worked pretty well. We both used our shields there. I know the health bars disappeared a little bit in the middle of that fight because this is from Varys' replay, but we worked together pretty well there, I think, and we're able to get both of those kills with no issues. Anyway, over here, Akali, I don't know how this fight got initiated, but Akali with that blood scent over her, there's really nowhere she can go. Looks like she's going to try to initiate on Varys, but Varys is going to be able to, I believe he's going to survive this ignite. Oh, 1 tick went down to 7 HP, but he is going to live there. Wow, I didn't even see this fight when I was playing. So he is going to survive that, just barely, survive that last tick of ignite, and managed to survive that. Oh, okay, so he's gone for Bloodthirster instead. Looks like this dagger was building towards a future zeal. So, okay, going to go for Bloodthirster instead. Going to give a lot of lifesteal here, at the risk of potentially losing those stacks if Varys gets killed. Anyway, Master Yi is doing like this suicide push thing. I don't know why he's doing that, but we're just going to kill him. I mean, yes, he got some damage to our tower, but, I mean, he only did, you know, about 1/3 of the tower's life, and he just kind of suicided in order to do it. So don't quite understand that, but whatever. Speaker also is off to a really good game so far. 802, very, very strong. Now we're going to push on this tower, and this Ashe player just can't do anything to hold this with the 3 of us here. Can't defend it, so we're going to take that, and that gives us all 3 of the initial towers for the game thus far. Anyway, Varys is in mid. He's going to have to farm up that Bloodthirster now that he's going to need to get those minion kills. So hopefully we'll have a chance to sit her in a lane for a while and just farm that up, get the extra lifesteal, get the extra damage. Anyway, Seirun is going in pretty aggressively on that Akali, and it looks like he's going to have to back off there. Of course, he can always lifesteal that, as Warwick always has all that lifesteal. Anyway, I'm sweeping for wards. I got that Oracle pretty early on. I guess I got it at about the 15-minute mark. And at this point, I'm just looking for any of their wards because I know that Dragon's about to revive. And right there, there it is. Dragon's back up again. So I wanted to be ready for that fight. Seirun in their jungle right here. Looks like Speaker's going to come up here to try to support. Varus is right here, but I believe at this point we're just going to all head and go do this dragon. I'm going to toss down a ward right over here, give us more vision, just make sure that we're safe. And we actually have all 5 of our champs here, so we really are in a safe position to do this. There's not much their team can do to come and contest that, so we're just going to take that. And that'll be our... no, they got the first dragon in this game, not our second dragon of the match. Heimer, watch this, though. Right now, Varus is going to pop his ultimate right there, come in after Heimerdinger. So much movement speed. There's the exhaust as well. Going to continue shooting. Silver Bolts gets the 3rd proc right there. There's the condemn into the wall, and Heimer just exploded when he hit that wall. Looked like this tiny little melon head just blew up like it had been dropped off of a ladder right there. So again, that's the value of what Vayne can do. If you catch somebody out of position, ability to chase them down, to pursue them, that's really what Vayne can bring to a team right there. Anyway, I believe that they are over pushing in top lane. Speaker and their Akali player both died. Anyway, right here in bottom though, the Ashe was sticking around. Seirun just popped Warwick ult, and then Varus knocked Ashe into the wall with his condemn. And guess who got the kill? That's right. That was Janna. 2nd kill right there. I just happened to be the one who got the last hit there, so that was pretty funny. My little Zephyr that does 150 damage was what actually ended up wiping off that Ashe and finishing up the kill. Okay, anyway, we wanted to get out of here. We got that tower before we backed. We wanted to grab this red buff for Varus, so gonna steal their red and then just try to get out from here at this point. We thought we might have a chance to go get this Master Yi as well because he was pushed up here in mid, but Seirun does not have Warwick ult. If he did have Warwick ult up, he could have flashed ult and that would have been another kill, but of course just used it, so going to be pretty safe as far as that goes. Over here, it looks like Seirun just got hit with an Ashe arrow, I guess. Something stunned him right here. But he's going to check out this blue buff and see if it's up. Unfortunately, it's not, but that will clear the timer for us. And in fact, our own blue just popped over there. Donsky, I haven't shown him that much, but he has been sitting in top lane. He has just been farming, keeping this lane pushed so far. As far as minion kills go, 110, pretty solid. Speaker leading the pack, though. Just hit 150 right there. Varus has just backed. He picked up his Zeal. So Zeal and Zeal into Phantom Dancer, a very key item on Vayne, both for the movement speed and the attack speed. Both very useful. Synergizes very nicely with Vayne's passive in terms of chasing people down. So movement speed, very useful on Vayne, like I said. Her strengths are chasing people down, and it's useful to build her in that direction. Anyway, right here, Varus is just going to go after this Heimerdinger player, actually attacking the turret. Here comes Seirun. Right there is the condemn burst damage. So that's going to be a kill right there. And Speaker apparently getting a kill over here. Oh, that's right. I remember this fight. Sorry I didn't show this. I'm showing this replays from Varus' point of view. Akali came and tried to push our turret in bottom lane, and Speaker and I were able to 2v1 the Akali and kill her. And Akali tried to sneak away into the smoke cloud, but when Janna buys an Oracle, that doesn't work so well. There's no way to escape when the other team has Oracles if you're Akali. Okay, so again, Varus, let's see, how's he doing on his Bloodthirster? Has maxed it out right now. Is going after Vlad. Just look at this damage right here. He's continuing to chase. Let's see, and should be able to finish that off. No, it's a nice pull, but wow, gonna finish that off anyway. Oh, it must have been red buff. It must have been red buff damage finishing off Vlad. That was funny. I didn't even see this fight when that was going on, but Varus has gotten farmed, and he is just doing what an AD champ is supposed to do when they get farmed. Anyway, up there, Seirun and I chasing down the Master Yi player. He had been pushing this tower in top lane, and we just cut him off through the jungle and cut him down. And Master Yi was not particularly happy about that, it looks like. Anyway, just doing so much damage to Ashe. Poor Ashe is so underfarmed. There is the Vayne ult. Going to use that to chase. I'm going to get the kill right there. Now can Varus get away? He's going to use his flash. He can still tumble. Still stealthed right now while he tumbles, and it looks like he's going to manage to get out of that. So just blowing people up left and right. Oh, here comes another fight right here. Going to condemn Akali into the wall, and Varus is just out of control. His 10th kill of the game. Just absolutely poning people left and right in this match. And with so many members of their team dead, yeah, we just killed 2 members of their team. Master Yi actually just died as well, if you remember, so he's back at base. We saw an opportunity, we thought, here to just grab this Baron right here, and it's actually going down very quickly. Remember, Silver Bolts does deal true damage. Now, it's capped how much damage you can do against monsters like Baron, but still, Varus doing a lot of damage to that Baron. And then, of course, we had everybody else there as well. We had all 5 champs. Now, Heimer's in trouble as well. Here comes Vayne. Oh, he's going to flash over the wall, and a nice escape right there. But now Ashe is going to be in a little bit of trouble. Oh, look at that damage! Not quite enough. Ashe going down to 33 hit points, but that was a lot of damage right there. I need to come up with more terms for all this damage. Varys really needs to go back to base. He can buy a Last Whisper or a BF Sword or something pretty good. Alright, anyway, while that was going on, Mastery did take this tower, but it's only an outer tower. They've gotten 2 towers thus far, and that's really it so far for this game. Meanwhile, we are ahead 33-8 in kills, just snowballing ahead to the point where there's not a whole lot that this team can do. And let's see, what did Varys end up purchasing here? Let's see, it looks like he went for double pot right there. And I guess that's it. Oh, you've got the attack speed dagger as well. So he's probably just building another Zeal there into another Phantom Dancer, as best I can tell, and picked up that pot. So anyway, at this point, the game is ours to lose. We have to mess up pretty badly to lose from this position. Speaker is going back. Let's see what he picks up there. Oh, we're going to get Void Staff. So Speaker has Rod of Ages, Death Cap, and Void Staff at the 25-minute mark, and has 396 ability power, yes. So that's pretty good. Anyway, Akali right here was looking to initiate on me. You're going to start chasing after us right here. So we're going to have a team fight that starts out right here. We have a ward right here. Speaker's going to teleport in. I'm going to use Janna ult to blow people back. Varys is just auto-attacking everybody, killing them really, really fast. Vlad's going to try to use his blood pool, but as soon as he comes out of it, right there, he's going to die. Now we're going after Heimer. Heimer is being Warwick ulted, being knocked up by Janna Tornado, being spun upon by Garen, and it was just a pretty bad day for poor Heimerdinger right there. Did not really go the way he planned it. So anyway, we just went 4 for 0 in that fight. Ashe is just kind of chilling up here in top lane, not really doing a whole lot, just AFK farming at this point. We're going to start rolling over that Nexus tower, grab the inhibitor, and then at this point we are just going to try to finish off the game right here before the game comes to a close. We want to try to take out these Nexus turrets. People are reviving right here, but we are just so far ahead of this team. Master Yi just dying in a split second. Akali trying to run away, but it's not going to be enough. We're going to take down this tower, and now the game has just reached the silly point where we can do whatever we want right here. Right there, going to go in. Oh, can he get this kill on Heimer in Fountain? And yes, indeed, Varys going to burst that down, score that kill in the Fountain at the end of the game, and just add another feather to his cap on the end of this very well played Vayne game. Anyway, we'll wrap this up, look at the stats, and finish this one up. Alright, here are the final numbers. If you're wondering what that strange looking thing on the right side of the screen is, that's actually the kill indicator of Varys getting that last kill on Heimer right as the timer expired, right as the Nexus exploded. I actually had to snap the picture right here or else it wouldn't register that last kill. So anyway, overall 40-8 in kills. Obviously our team got ahead pretty early on. I'd say around the 12 to 13 minute mark, right around when we did that fight at Dragon and we went 4 for 0. Right around then we seized control of the game and we never looked back. Basically, all of our lanes did really well. Speaker played a really, really strong game, 10-1 in mid. Seirun out-jungled them very hard, very heavily, 7-1-14 on Warwick compared to their Mastery, who was 3-9 and was just sort of like trying to push lanes and backdoor and just dying over and over again in the process. But like I said, this is a Vayne video, so we're going to focus on Vayne. Varys ending up with 15 kills in this match, getting almost all of the kills at the end of the game. Just played really, really strong, was so good at chasing down people. For whatever reason, after he got really fed on kills, a lot of people on their team kept getting caught in one-on-one situations, or I guess they thought they were safe, but they really weren't safe, and Varys was just able to tumble in there, fire off a couple quick auto attacks, and use his Condemn, and oftentimes he was able to burst them down before they even really knew what was going on, and just sort of snatch kills out of thin air. I'd like to think that I did pretty well too. 2-1-19 feels like a pretty solid Janna game. And of course, Donsky was up in top lane, pushed the lane, and did an overall solid job for the rest of our team. One advantage of playing together with people who you've played with a lot is you start to get a feel for their playstyle, their tendencies. Varys and I have been in a dual lane in bottom a whole lot at this point in time, and that allows us to sort of play off one another's strengths pretty well. And I think that did help us in this match. So once again, if you want to play Vayne, every AD carry has sort of their strengths and weaknesses. With Vayne, it's her chasing and her ability to knock people back using her Condemn. So that's one of the reasons why I think that she was a really good pick against this team comp, against champions like Akali and Master Yi. The ability to knock back melee champs, keep them away from you, maintain distance is very strong. Having Janna for that particular role also helped quite a bit. Although Janna was I actually first picked Janna, so that was sort of a blind counter pick. But like I said, Vayne good at chasing, good at knocking people back, in the same way that Ashe is good at kiting, is good at slowing people. In the same way that you take Caitlyn for her range and all that sort of thing. So every AD carry has their strengths and weaknesses, and those are some of the reasons why people would want to play Vayne. Anyway, once again, going to wrap it up here. So once again, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope that those of you who want to test out Dominion have had a chance to do so at some point in time this week. And in any case, I'll see you guys later. Until then, take care.